How to lower your cost per lead on Facebook in 2023. Today, I'll be showing you kind of a case study of basically what we do to lower our cost per lead on Facebook. And if you're questioning yourself, why am I credible to be teaching these types of things? Well, my name is Nick Theriot. I've done over $80 million in online revenue for my clients with Facebook ads. And I've also run a marketing agency, and I also coach and mentor students. And more information for both of those are down below in the description. Now, before we get started, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's dive into the video. So how to lower your cost per lead on Facebook in 2023. So first off, I'm just going to show you a case study. This is just one of our clients right here for the year so far. And we're averaging, $200,000, $300,000 a month in ad spend. The CPL that we're contracted out to hit is $35 or lower. And as you can see right here, we've hit pretty much lower than $35 every single month, except May. Now, I'm a little about May because we actually had a problem where our pixel got uninstalled for like a week, to where like Facebook was flying blind for like a week. It's long story short, it's like problems with web dev team, all that stuff. But look, long story short, $35 or lower all year, and we've been crushing it. And there's a lot of key things I want to talk to you guys about today, especially in lead generation. So first off, here's the Facebook account. We spent about $1.6 million dominant in our one campaign that we pretty much do everything in. And I'll show you guys the other campaigns and what those are for as well. Now, next thing is that you can do 4 things to improve, and that's actually CPL. My bad. 4 things to improve CPL. And first off, consolidate your ad account. Like regardless if you're in lead gen, e-com, app installs, like consolidating your ad accounts, like the just number one thing you need to do ASAP. Number 2 is find better ads. Number 3 is improve the landing page. And number 4 is improve the sales team. And we're also going to be going over that sales team, and we got some spicy stuff for that sales team one right there. So better stick around for that. Now, number 1, obviously consolidate the ad account. Now, we do 1 campaign per business objective. And in this case right here, we have our main campaign, which is Tofu Rural right here. It's where we do all of our spending at. Now, we also have Florida and Wyoming, and these are 2 states, because this is all USA right here. These are 2 states that we can't advertise the same ads in as like rural right here. So we have the Florida and Wyoming excluded from this campaign, and then I have those broken up and separate because we have very specific ads we have to run for those states because they have just tighter restrictions for what we're selling. And then we have this lead form, and we tried lead form for a period of time. We're actually getting insanely good cost per lead, but we were also getting insanely worse conversion rate, like so terrible. Like our CPA for this account's like $400 in terms of like cost per acquisition after cost per lead, and like lead form was like $1,500, $2,000, just insanely bad. So we just sticking with our landing page, which is working amazing. And also too, if you're wondering how to consolidate the ad account, how do we set up that 1 campaign strategy, make sure you watch the video Facebook ads testing in 2023 of how we scale and test new ads in 1 campaign in a CBO, and it's drastically improved their performance. Now, step number 2 is find new winning ads. So this is going back to December 10th, 2022. At this time, running the business, we were doing somewhere around like a $45 CPL. And that's also December, so there's a lot more like competition and stuff like that. But, we were at a time where we needed to find a new winning ad because CPL has risen. So we had to improve things because now the client's kind of like, hey, Nick, what's going on here? And using our structure where we test DCTs and then move that DCT winning ad over into our winning ad set, we found a new winning ad called 186. And you can see right there, all the way down to a $32 CPL. And it took majority of spend of that particular ad set. Just to show you that, guys, that really quick. Took majority of spend, $32 CPL, and it drastically improved the overall CPL for the business. So finding new winning ads is one of our tools that we consistently use for all of our accounts. We never stop testing in that theory right there. And there's a lot of key things that we like to look at. So number 1 is market desires. So for example, there's certain desires around your product that's stronger than others. And again, desire you channel onto your product. You don't create desire, you channel it onto your product. So for example, we had this account that we went from 1K a day to 5K a day in revenue. All we did was change the desire. It was a metal wall art brand. We're selling a metal infinity sign that you can customize and put your names on it. And originally we were going after the desire for dress up a wall in your house, put you and your loved ones' names on it. That's cute, cool. Then we found a new desire, and that's the desire to surprise your sweetheart. And we built all new ads, all new creatives, showcasing the desire to surprise your sweetheart of a guy purchasing it or a girl purchasing it and giving it to a loved one. And oh my God, just like the surprise and the emotion in their face, complete different desire. And we scaled up to 5K a day by changing up the desire from dress up a wall in your house to surprise your sweetheart. Now, the next one is stages of market awareness. So in this particular case this particular ad right here of how we went from like a $46 CPL all the way down to a $32 CPL for our winning ad, all we did was change our market awareness. We realized we've been in a problem where our market's spending $15,000 a day for months. And we needed to open up a new market because we've tested countless and countless problemware ads, and we needed a way to go into that unaware stage. And at the unaware stage, we opened up and created an unaware ad. And that basically takes someone who completely unaware to this product, problem, solution, all that stuff like that. And we opened up that ad and we opened up that market, and it crushed it in terms of CPL. So that's one that we did for this one. Then we have like levels of market sophistication, which is basically just how competitive a market is. Identities is with the people, is who are we selling? Who is the person they are becoming, essentially? So when you purchase something, you become someone. And who is the identity that we're selling to people that they'll become when they purchase our product? Next one is hook patterns. So this is like your 3 reasons why. TikTok made me buy it, unboxing, like just the patterns of which you use for that hook. Next one is new ways to visually articulate the above. So all of this creates your messaging for the ad. And then we find different ways to visually articulate that. Different ways to visually articulate, let's see, 3 reasons why I decided to start a YouTube channel. And so what is all the different visuals we could do in that first 3 seconds, even throughout that video, that improves the ad efficiency. All right, next one is improve the landing page. Now, for the landing page for Legion, I think simple has always been our biggest asset, is being just simple and straightforward, but also to showcasing some qualifiers to where it's not like for everyone. And then also to a couple visuals to show off the product. If it's a product, some of these, particular clients we work with, it's like service, like Legion is just selling a service. So there's really no product to show off. But we can also showcase some of the problems they are dealing with, and we can also showcase some of the benefits of the product that they'll get. So we can showcase a couple visuals that kind of sells them on the product or service. And then any questions or objections that need to be answered. And like I said, one of the biggest ones right here is qualifiers. You can see right here, Shopify store owners above 30K a month. We're calling out their qualification across the market. Also, if you don't own a Shopify store doing above 30K a month, do not request information. Please leave this page immediately. So, I'm adding some qualifiers here to where we're trying to tell people, hey, you should only be this. Now, obviously you still have people that'll hit it that aren't in this particular, identity, but we're at least doing the best we can to get those people out, which is going to improve our conversion rate on the back end, because now we're going to have more qualified leads. Now, going into step number 4, improving the sales team. So we've consolidated the ad account. We've created better winning ads, and we've also improved the landing page. Now we're going to improve the sales team, because the sales team doesn't really get any like as a marketer, generally marketers are just like, oh, cool, your sales team, I'm just going to focus on the ads. And little do we know that marketers need to be highly focused on the efficiency of the sales team, because it's going to make or break their job. Hey, we're getting a terrible closing rate on the leads. Oh, it's the marketer's fault. And it's easy for the sales team to pass the blame, when in reality, 90% of the time, it's due to a shit performing sales team. So I'm gonna go over a couple things that we recommend, and things that I've even learned from my own sales training from people like Jordan Stupar, which I'll shout out to Jordan Stupar. I met him at Miami at Jeremy Haynes' mastermind in I think like Q2 or Q3, and really amazing guy. really knows his shit when it comes down to sales training. So highly recommend his stuff as well. So quick shout out to Jordan. But look, most of the times people want a CPL decrease or a really low CPL because they know that, hey, our conversion rate's maybe 1% or 5% or 10% on leads to close. So they're thinking, if we just get a lower CPL, cost per lead, then we can improve our cost per result, in that sense, our CPA. But sometimes you're doing everything you can on your CPA side or CPL side. Like you're truly doing everything you can. And it's just, hey, we're not going to get a CPL lower than $30. It's just, we're literally doing everything we can. Multiple other people have tried too. Like it's just, that's it. So you also need to be looking at how can we improve the sales team? How can we improve the sales conversion rate? So we went from a 5% sales conversion rate when I started working with this client. We've been working with this client now for about 2 years. And we went from a 5% sales conversion rate to a 10%. So let's just go look at this really quick. That means out of 7,700 leads right here, 7,700 times 5%, it's about 385 sales we made for that month. Now we're closer to 10. That's 770 basically sales, for example. And let's just say, for example, let's just go off of that, leave it like that. So you can see right there, there's a big impact in terms of, what happens when you improve the sales conversion rates. So 100 leads, 5 sales, 100 leads at 10%, 10 sales. This might be a 10x for us. This might be a 5x for us. So we've seen a drastic increase, and all we did was improve the sales team. Now, what are some of the key things for a really efficient sales team? First off, you need a daily training with your sales team. You need to, each sales team member needs to review their previous sales calls. So like a high performing athlete, they review their game footage. They need to review their, sales calls. And then role play, super efficient so they can stay sharp, and maybe even throw in some objections that they've heard before to see how they would go ahead and take those on. So each day, 10 to 20 minutes of each one of these is mandatory before your sales team starts, basically doing their calling and closing and stuff like that. So training, recommend Jordan Stupar, any of his training, really good. Again, review previous calls. Your sales team should be recording all of their calls, and each day spend 20 minutes. Hey, I'm gonna review this call because I remember on this call, this particular dude was giving me a lot of headache. What is a new perspective now I have on talking to that guy? And then role play with other sales members. Again, 10, 20 minutes each day for each one of these before the sales team starts the day. Keeps them sharp, keeps them efficient, and keeps them learning and growing as a sales team member. Next one is you need to fire bottom sales reps fast. As sales reps who are not performing, sales reps who consistently month over month have low performing numbers. You need to fire these people. Sales reps most of the time are motivated by money and essentially what the need to perform. So if you say, hey, every month we're going to fire the 10th worst salesperson in the agency, it's going to keep wanting people to keep hitting the ground hard and keep pushing. That's what you want from a sales team. Sales team has completely different culture than your creative team. Sales team usually has that higher pressure environment. They like that push. They like that motivation. Whereas your creative team, if you tell them, hey, the bottom performing creative each month's getting fired, sometimes it can kind of throw them off a little bit. Sales teams, you need that urgency. You need that, that heat in the kitchen, essentially, get sales teams to motivate it and keep pushing. And that's one of the ways to do it, is keep firing someone every month that's just underperforming. Next one is call leads within 10 minutes of submitting a lead. And look, some of y'all, that's just not possible, especially you guys who work have a 9 to 5 sales team. That's okay if you have a 9 to 5 sales team. Honestly, this client right here has a 9 to 5 sales team. And basically what they do is they filter out the day, mixture of, hey, we're calling people as soon as they fill in the lead form, or in our case, the landing page. But then we're also following up with people that, came in overnight. Basically, there's a big drop of which you're going to connect with someone after, I think, an hour or 10 minutes after submitting a lead form. Peak interest is when they submit that lead, and every minute after, it just keeps dying, to where if you wait the next day, honestly, the probably just be like, who are you? Oh, I don't remember filling that out. Even though they did, quite frankly, that's one ad. And how many ads have you remembered in the last day? Go tell me right now, the last 5 ads you saw, not even today. What 5 ads do you remember from yesterday? Just off the top of your head? Probably not many. So peak interest drops substantially over time. And then lastly, a follow-up process that's freaking rigid, that, really just, they're following up with these freaking leads 2-3 times a day in at least the first couple days. And then over time, it's like once a week, but they're consistently following up with these people. I had this one particular client who we used to get like $2 leads for, and they would literally call the lead. If they didn't answer, they would just move on to the next lead and never ever follow up. You're missing out on like another 100% of your sales by simply following up these people for weeks over weeks at a time. Obviously, in the beginning, it's a lot more periodic, and then over time, it's down to like maybe a week, once a week text, or once a week email, and that's it. So a lot of things you need to do to improve your sales team. And again, that's going to drastically decrease that CPA, which again, CPL is great, but CPA is the biggest impact when it comes down to lead gen right there. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Again, my name is Nick Theriot. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.